Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Dutch Flatmates, Liars and Killers by Flinty and Powpot. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We have Dutch flatmates, where every 5 in the grid must have a 1 directly above it or a 9 directly below it. It may have both, but it doesn't need both. So if we have a 5 here, it either has a 1 or a 9, above, 1 above it or 9 below it. And again, it could have both, but it doesn't need both. That's an example of how Dutch flats work. We also have liars and killers, where not all killer clues are accurate, but the digits in a cage must sum to at least the clue in the top left corner, and digits may not repeat within a cage. So even though these do not necessarily have to add up to 20, they must add up to at least 20 here, because the digits the digit in the upper left hand corner, or the number in the upper left hand corner, is a 20, but again, they are not necessarily accurate because they can be liars. So we could have 9, 8, and 7 here. This would be valid because it adds up to at least 20. It actually adds up to 24. So, but not all killer clues are accurate. Are necessarily accurate, I should say. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, to add up to at least 14 means these digits have to be at least 5 or above. And we know it's either both of these add up to 14 or both of these add up to 15. Or, well, that's not true. Okay, so what we know is you have to have 8 and 9 be here. And it has to be the digits 5 through 9 here. So 8 and 9 have to be here because to add up to 14, one of these is going to have to be 8 and 9. At least 14, I should say. And then one of these is going to have to be 8 or 9. So that means 8 and 9 cannot appear in the rest of this box. So we have 1 through 7 here. So that means this is 5, 6, and 7 at minimum. Can we ever have a 1 here? Yeah, we could. So this box, so we can have here, it cannot be 5, 6, 7, because then that would eliminate all possibilities for this set of digits. So 2 out of 3 of these are 5, 6, or 7. That means this is at most, for these 3 digits, 3, 4, and 7. 3, 4, and 7 add up to 14 at most, which means this must be at least a 6 here. So we have to have 6 through 9 there. Because the maximum these digits can add up to are 3, 4, and 7. Okay. which means the least these can add up to is 1 and 2, but it has to be at least 7, which could be any combination of numbers. Can we have no 5, 6, or 7 here? The answer is yes. We could have 2, 3, and 4 here, and then 9 here, and that would add up to 20. So that is potentially possible. These digits have to be 3 as the minimum digit, with 8 or 9, or higher. Okay, these must add up to 19, would have to be at minimum 2. 34 with 7 digits. Oh, 5 has to have a 1 above it or a 9 below it. Well, these cannot be 5 because they would not have a 1 above it and they would not have a 9 below it. So 5 cannot be here. 5 could be here if it has a 9 below it, but the problem with that is this would never add up to at least 14. 5 and 9 add up to 14. So this cannot be 5, which means we have a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet in this box. That eliminates 6, 7, 8, 9 in the rest of this box. Again, 5 needs a 1 above it or a 9 below it, so this can't be 5. These could be 5 if a 9 is below it. 5 can be any of these. This could have 5 if it's a 1 below it. So this is at minimum 3, 4, and 5 here. Sorry, at maximum 3, 4, and 5, which means that adds up with 8 to add up to 20. So we have one of these is 8 or 9. This is 8 or 9. That eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of the row. Can we ever have a 1 here? 1, 4, and 5 adds up to 10, which a single digit is never going to add up to 20 with. It's going to add up to 19 at most. So 1 cannot be here, which means 1 has to be one of these digits here, which means 1 cannot be here. So we could have 2 through 9 there. So this is either 3, 4, 5 and 8 adding up to at least 20, 3, 4, 5, and 9 adding up to 21, or 2, 4, 5, and 9 adding up to 20. So the rest of the box cannot contain 4 or 5. So this is 1 and 3 or 1 and 2 here. So we cannot have 2 or 3 here. If this is 2, that would make this 1 and 3, but 1, 2, and 3 only adds up to 6 at most. So we have to have 5 as one of these digits. 5 can't be here because 1 can never be above it. So 5 has to be here now, which means 9 has to be below it. So there's no 9 here, no 5 here. This cannot be 3, 8, and 9 anymore because that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell there. 9 eliminates 9 here. Remaining digits of row 2 cannot contain 8 or 9 because one of these is 8 or 9 and this one's 8 or 9. So it has to be 1 through 7 here. And the 5 in row 1 has to have a 9 below it, right? It can never have a 1 above it because there's no digit above it. And the only place then that 5 can be where the 9 would be below it is here. So this must be 5 here, which makes this 9. So there's no more 5 or 9s available in this box. 9 eliminates 9 here, so this must be 8 with another digit. That makes this 9 with another digit. What does this add up to? Cannot be 4 with any combination of 7, 6, 7, or 8. So this has to be 6, 7, 8 exactly, adding up to 21. That eliminates 6, 7, 8 in the rest of the box. So this must be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities here. This is a 6, 7, and this is 8 with 1 out of 6 or 7. That eliminates 6, 7 in the rest of the row. So we have to have a 5 here. That means either 1 is above it or 9 is below it, and it's likely 9 is going to be below it. These must add up to at least 11. 1, 4, and 5 only adds up to 10. So 1 cannot be here. This becomes a 2, 3, 4 triplet here. In box 2, that eliminates 2, 3, 4 in the rest of the box. So no 2, 3, 4 here. It's 1. That means this must be 5 and 1 as a pair, which means 9 has to be below it. Because 1 can never be above it here. Can we have this as 4? If this is 4, this becomes 2, 3, and 5 at most, which adds up to 10. So 4 cannot be here, which means we have to have 4 here. We can't have the other 2, 3, or 4 be here because that only adds up to 9. So that leaves this as a 5, which must have a 9 below it because 1 can never be above it. So we don't have 5 here. We don't have 9 here. We have 1, 2, 3 as a triplet here. That eliminates 1, 2, 3 in the rest of the row. So we are left with 4 here, which means this can't be 4. Where is... Well, we don't know. And we have 1 out of 6, 7 here. So we have a 1 guaranteed here and a 4 guaranteed here. This is 2 or 3. 2 and 3, 2, 8, and 9 adds up to 19. 3, 8, and 9 could be here, or 3, 7, and 9 could be here. Either way, we need a 9, so this must be 9. And this is 7 or 8 here. 5 in this column cannot have a 9 below it, because 9 is there, and it's below a 7 or 8. So 5 has to have the 1 above it. And we cannot have 5 being here, because that would be 5, 1, adding up to 6, but this digit then would have to add up to 10, which is impossible. So 5 could be here. It cannot be here. 5 could be here, with the 1 above it being one of those two. 9 can't be here. 9 is guaranteed to be one of those two. 1 cannot be in this box. So 5... We have 1 in this box. We have to have 8 with 6, 7 here, and then 1 up 2, 3, or 4 there. 4 can't be here, because one of these two has to be 4. So, we have 1 and 4 here. That adds up to 5. And we have a 2 or 3 here. Can we ever have 1 and 2? So 1, 2, 4. I guess so. Yeah. Oh, we do not have a 9 available. Okay. So there's no 9 available in this cage. That adds up to at least 34. And we have a 1 in this cage. Guaranteed. So the digits outside of this cage, one of them is guaranteed to be a 9. And the other one cannot be 1. So to add up to 34 at minimum, we have to have the digits adding up to, outside the cage, add up to 11 at most. Sorry, 11 at minimum. Which would be 2 and 9. Sorry, it has to add up to at most to 11. Because 45 minus 11, which is the most, would be 34 at minimum. So we have to have 1 and 3 here, which eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the box. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the row. So we have a guaranteed 4 here. That leaves, we have to have 5 here, 1 out of 6, 7, and 1, 8 here. So 5 and 8 both have to be here. And we have 1, 3, 4 through 8. So that should add up to 34. So 5, 6, 7, 8 adds up to 26. Plus 4 is 30. Plus 3 and 1 is 34. Yeah, so that works. 5 cannot have a 1 above it if it's either here. So this cannot be 5, which means 5 in this box has to be here. And it must have a 9 below it because it can never have a 1 above it. 8 has to be one of these digits here. That means this can't be 8 here. It's 7. That eliminates 7 in the rest of the row. So this becomes a 6-8 pair. That eliminates 6-8 in the rest of this cage and this row. So no 6, 7, or 8 here. It's 4, 5. 7 eliminates 7 in the rest of this row. So no 7 here. It's 6, 8 as a pair. That eliminates 6, 8 in the rest of the box. So no 6 there. It's 7. This can't be 7 anymore, so it's 6, 8 as a pair. That eliminates 6, 8 in the rest of the box. So this is 7, 9. So no 7 here. It's 2, 6, 8 as a triplet, which eliminates 2, 6, 8, and 8 in the rest of the row. 2, 7, and 9 only adds up to 18, so this cannot be 2. It's 3. That means this can't be 3 here. It's 1 and 2. 1 and 2 eliminate 1 and 2 in the rest of this box, so no 2 there. It's 4, which makes that 3. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 2, which makes that not 3, so that's 4. 2, 4, and 5 add up to 11. 3, 4, 5, 9 adds up to 21. 7, 9 add up to 16. 6 and 8 add up to 14. 1, 2, and 4 add up to 7, so whichever one of these is there is correct. 6, 7, 8 add up to 21. 4, 2, 5 add up to 11. 3, 7, 9 add up to 19. 5 and 9 are here, which means we have to have a 5 or 9 somewhere in column 8. Remaining digits of column 6. We have 1, 5, 6, 8. Again, 5 cannot be here because it needs a 1 above it. 5 cannot be here because it needs a 1 above it. So this can't be, this could be 1, this can't be 1, and this can't be 1. Because it needs to be above the 5 in this column. Remaining digits of box 6 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. No 7 here because of 7 in the row. Remaining digits of row 4 are 1 through 5. No 5 here, no 1 here. The 5 here in row 4 has to have a 1 above it because 9 is definitely not going to be below it. So 5 has to be one of these 2 digits here, which means this cannot be 5 here. Whereas the 5 in row 6, it must be one of these 2 digits. And it either has a 1 above it or 9 below it. We're not sure which. 15 without a 9 or 5. Okay. Remaining digits of column 3, we have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. So So either this is 5 and this has to be 1, or this is 5 and this has to be 1. 1, 6, and 9 add up to 16. 1, 8, and 7 would add up to 16, but we can't have 7 because of 7 in the column. So either way, if this is 1 and this is 5, this has to be 9. If this is 5, that has to be 1, and we're with 6 or 8 here. 5, 8 is 13, so this would have to be at minimum 3. So we could have 3, 4. 9 does have to be one of these 3 digits. The 5 in this column cannot have a... 5 can't be here because of 5 in the column. Okay, there we go. So where's 5 in row 6? It has to be here. It can't be here because 5 in the box, can't be here because this 5 needs a 1 above it. So 5 has to have a 9 below it. Which means this can't be 9. So we cannot have a 1 here because 1, 8, and at maximum 6 does not add up to 16. So this has to be then 5. That's a 1. That eliminates 1 here. So no 5 here. This is 6, 8 as a pair. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the row. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the box. We could have another 6, 8 here. No, because of the 6, 8 pair. In the 6, 8 pair, eliminate 6 and 8 in the rest of the box. This has to be at least 3 here. 3, 5, and 8 adding up to 16. And we can't have 7, 5, or 9 there, or 6 and 8. So that leaves that as 3 or 4. 5 and 9 eliminate 5 and 9 here. Where are the 5 and 9? In column 8. They have to both be here. If this were 5 here, well, that would have a 9 below it, so that's fine. This cannot be 5 because it does not have a 9 below it because there's no digit below it and doesn't have a 1 above it. So this must be 9, which makes that 5. Adding up to 18 without 9 and without 5. We know 9 has to be one of these 2 digits here. Where is 5 in row 9? It cannot be here because of 5 in the boxes. Can't be here because of 5 in the column. So 5 has to be here, which means it must have a 1 above it because it doesn't have a 9 below it. That eliminates 1 in the rest of this box. Where then is 1 in column 3? It has to be here. And these 2 digits must add up to at least 14. So it's either going to be 6, 8, or 7, 8 here. Either way, we need an 8. So 8 has to be here. That eliminates 8 in the rest of the column. So no 8 here. It's 6, which makes that 8. That eliminates 6 here. So this is a 7, 8 pair. That eliminates 7 in the rest of the column. So no 7 there. So that makes that 9 and 7. So no 9 can no longer be here, which means 9 in row 8 has to be here. That leaves a 1 there, which must have a 5 below it. So this is 5. That eliminates 5 here, so it's 4. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the column, so that's 2, which makes that 1, which means this has to be a 5 to have a 1 above it. That means this can't be 4. It's 2, 3 as a pair. No 2, 3, or 4 here. It's 1. That eliminates 1 in the rest of the box. Remaining digit in column 2 is a 3. The 7, 8 pair eliminates 7, 8 in the rest of the box. So we are left with 2, 3, and 6, but this can't be 3 because no repeats in a cage, and this already has a 3. So 3 has to be there, which means this cannot be 3 here. That leaves this as 2, 6 as a pair. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the row. So this has to add up to at least 8. 1, 2, and 4 only adds up to 7. So this is 1, 2, 7, which makes this a 3, 4 pair. The 2, 7 pair eliminates 2 and 7 in the rest of the row. So no 7 here. It's 8, which makes that 7. Remaining digits of column 1 are 2, 4, and 6. 2, 6 as a pair plus 3 only adds up to 12, so this cannot be 2 or 6. Therefore, this must be 3, 4, and 6 there, which makes that a 2. 6 eliminates 6 here, so that's 2. That eliminates 2 in the rest of the box. I think all the 5s are set, right? This has a 9 below it, 9 below it, 9 below it, 1 above it, 9 below, 9 below, 1 above, 9 below, 1 above. Yes, so all the 5s are done. Remaining digit in row 6 is an 8. Remaining digits in row... That 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 6 and 8 there. Remaining digits in row 5 are 4 and 6. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the column, so that's 4, which makes that a 6. Remaining digits of column 5 are 2, 3, and 4, but this can't be 2 because of 2 in the row, so we have a 3, 4 pair here. That eliminates 3, 4 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 3, it's 2, which makes that 3. These add up to 18 at least. Remaining digits of column 4, we have 1, 2, and 7. No 1 here, no 2 here because of digits in the rows. Remaining digits of row 7. We have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. No 1 here because of 1 in the column. Can we ever have 1 here? No. Because 1, 8, and 9 is the minimum required to add up to 18. And we don't have a 9 available here. So 1 cannot be here. Where is 1 in row 7? It has to be here. That means this is 1, which makes that not 1, so it's 7, and that's 2. We are left with the 2 in one of these 3 cells. Can we have 2 here? 2 without a 9 would be 2, 7, and 8, which adds up to a maximum of 17, which is too small. So no 2 here, which means this must be 2 here. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 7 and 2. That means neither of these can be 2, so where's 2 in row 1? It has to be here. Where is the 1 in this cage then? Can't be here because of 1 in the column. Can't be in the cage, box here. Can't be in the cage because 1, 7, 8 at most adds up to 16, which is too small, so 1 has to be here. That eliminates 1 here, so it's 3 and 1. The remaining digits of column 7 eliminates 7 here. So we have a 6, 8 pair on row 9, which leaves 3 and 4 remaining. That leaves this as a 6 or 8. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in row 8, which eliminates 6 and 8 in the rest of the row, so no 6 or 8 here. It's 7, which means this can't be 7 there. It's 6 or 8. This has to be a 3 or 4, but cannot be 3 because of 3 in the column. So this is 4. We are guaranteed a 7 here. But 4, 6, and 7 only adds up to 17, so this must be 4, 7, and 8, which eliminates 7 and 8 here, so it's 6 and 8. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 3. 3, 5, and 8 add up to at least 16. So this must be 8 here, which makes that 6. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 4, which makes that 3. 8, 7, 8 as a pair eliminates 8 here, so this is 6. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 4 and 3. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 7 and 4. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 8 and 7. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 6 and 8, which eliminates 8 here, so that's 6. And that's an 8. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for setting. Not too bad. It's interesting how, yeah. I'm not sure if I would call these liars per se, because this is more of a just sort of a limiting constraint, right? So instead of basically saying that these are liars, I would say that it has to be you could think of these as the number in the top left would be greater than 13, or greater than 13 here, greater than 19 here. So basically subtract one from these digits and then just make it greater than, or have a greater than equal sign, but the greater than or equal sign is usually just, I mean, the greater than or equal sign is usually more space for the font. So that's why I was thinking just greater than a certain number, right? So this would be greater than 19, greater than 19, greater than 10, greater than 18, etc., etc. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.